I'm sure you know that speech therapy is a bit expensive, and that's why I made this video in order to show you how to most maximize your time spent and your money spent also, and get the most benefits out of it. So, for my background, I went to a speech therapist for around 2 years chronologically, but I went there consistently for about 12 months. That's minus 2 summer breaks and the months that I chose not to go. So that's 2 years minus 2 summer breaks and some months that I voluntarily chose not to go. Yes, that's right. I stopped going to therapy by my own volition. Why? Because I felt that I had gotten everything that I could from this therapy, and it was the right decision. So my promise to you is that you are going to achieve much better results from every therapist that you go to than the normal man, thus improving faster and saving you money. Why wouldn't you want that? So at the start, my plan was simple. I had been going to the gym for many months, and I proved to myself that putting in hard work gives better results. So I used this principle also in my speech therapy. The speech therapist may give you some kind of exercise list. Mine gave me a notebook filled with instructions on various different exercises, and I did them there while in a session and also at home. So that may be mouth exercises, lip exercises, breathing, tongue exercises. There are many different kinds, and each speech therapist has their own different set of methods that they think may improve your stutter. And they told me to do these exercises 3 to 4 times a week. But around that time, my stutter had been tormenting me for, I don't know, man, 6 years, and I couldn't stop there. I couldn't stop just doing them 3 to 4 times per week. I did them every day, like a psychopath. Every day, I scheduled them in my calendar, and you can see how I did that in this video. And I did them religiously, and the results kept coming in. You have to do that too. You cannot be lazy, because as I said before, you're just wasting time by not being the most productive that you can be, and thus you lose money. And let me guess, maybe your parents are paying for this procedure, or you yourself are. And if your parents are paying for it, then that's double the reason that you have to give it your all, because that's not your money. You haven't earned it, so you need to be the most efficient with it as you can be. If you understand that, then act like it. Fight for your speech. Do exercises every day. Another thing that you must consider is that you always need to have some kind of topic to talk about during these sessions, because they're typically short, around an hour or so, and time goes quickly in these sessions. So you may talk about problems at school, upcoming presentations, your feelings. Maybe you just had a bad day. Maybe you just had embarrassing experience, you can talk about it. This is the place where you can finally let yourself go. Do not try to hide anything. Do not sit behind a facade. You don't need to do that anymore there. Do not hold anything back. I also encourage to find information on the internet that is outside the scope of the therapy. For example, you may have just learned that recording your speech is very important. Then you might try that in your sessions. You might bring back a recording to the speech therapist, and then both can analyze it for mistakes. Another resource that you may find interesting is a free stuttering course by a speech doctor named Paul Brocklehurst that features a deep analysis on why we stutter and different methods to lessen this problem. I'll have it linked down below. And finally, it is important to know and to realize something, that you will need to stop your therapy at some point. So look into the future. You can't keep going to therapy forever. One day you will have to stop. For me, it was the point where I had been going already for about 12 months. I didn't see any new improvements in my speech, and I just thought that it was a waste of time. And my decision was right, because I knew, as I said, that you need to practice in the real world. Nothing can prepare you for actually going out in the real world, battling the stress that comes from actually participating in real world and not staged conversations. And if you follow this advice that I gave you, this point may come much sooner than you expected, and thus saving you money and time. Just do not try to quit too early. Give it at least a year. See how you think, see how you feel about it first. But I think that if your first speech therapist isn't to your liking, you may as well find a new one, because you need to find someone who isn't lenient with you, who gives you feedback, and someone who is honest. And as a bonus, it helps if you actually like the person also. So try to look for that person. Have a nice day.